Hi everyone, this is Ms. Medrano and I'm going to go over the video of the moving car part of your final. So what you're going to do is create a short video. So you're going to create a short video showing your car moving across the floor. Put your video on your school YouTube account and place the link in the box below. Make sure your video is set to public. You must use the link icon in the ClassKick toolbar so that I can click it. If I cannot open the video, I will not grade it and I will not see you in time for you to fix it. So just a reminder of the important part here is that make sure to put your video on your school YouTube account and you must use the link icon. Otherwise, we're not going to be able to see it. Okay, and so in ClassKick, you can go and look at your there's a toolbar. It's got the text, draw a line, and then this is insert a link in your insert a link. So you're going to take the link from your YouTube video and then use this to put it in here. So make sure to put link in this box. Okay. And then now we're going to look at the bottom part, describing your video, thinking about the motion in two parts. And so part one is, you've got your the car starts from rest, and so you want to think about what that means. What does rest mean? So it means it's not moving, all right? And so then its velocity would be equal to what if it's not moving? And something that's speeding up, so then that means that the speed is going to change, transferring its stored energy to kinetic energy. And so the stored energy is going to be EE, and then when it starts moving. Okay, so assume it is speeding up constantly. Mark the distance traveled and the time elapsed for this part on the diagram below. And so this diagram is not going to be scaled, right? So you're going to start with 0 meters per second, or centimeters, sorry, excuse me. So you're going to start with 0 centimeters per second, and then you're going to also end with 0 centimeters per second. But here's the beginning. Okay, so beginning, and then this part is your middle, and then this right here is your end. Now for part one, this you're going to be doing this part, okay, just the speeding up part. And so what does the speeding up part going to look like? So the distance traveled, so maybe you want to start from the end of the car at 0 centimeters, and then this part is, I don't know, 10 centimeters, whatever it is. It might be different for each person. Okay, so whatever your value is. And so then the distance traveled would be your displacement at this point because it's going in a straight line. So the middle position minus the beginning or the initial position, and then the time elapsed. So how much time passed during this time? So you can use your stopwatch on your phone. Now, if you're going to do part two, so this is part two, the car has transferred all of its stored energy to kinetic energy. After this point in the motion, the car will begin to slow to a stop. Again, assume the acceleration is constant. Mark the distance traveled and time elapsed for this part of the diagram below. And so you're going to take a look at the final position and subtract it from the middle position, right? So you're going to take a look at wherever the car ended, or maybe I'm going to keep using the back of the car to stay consistent. So wherever the car ended and where the beginning or the middle part was, right? So this would be your part two. Okay, and so remember, you're just going to choose one of these parts. And then the time elapse is going to be how much time from here to here, right? So how much time happened. Now, the middle part is where the motion changes. This is where the car is the fastest. And so this is going to be the middle part where it determines whether you're going to be working on part one or part two, okay? And so you can circle the segment with whatever it is that you're going to choose. So if you're going to choose part one, this is what you're going to circle. Okay. If you're going to choose part two, then you're going to circle this part. And remember, you only need to pick one. So yeah. Now let's kind of go over what is required of you in this section. Okay, so you are going to make sure that your video, okay, is it on your school YouTube account? Is it public? All right, so some of you guys were choosing private, and so your teachers couldn't open up your video. So make sure it's public or unlisted. Okay. And did you link using insert a link? And so remember that the picture of it is this one, right? Make sure to use this toolbar to insert a link. And then for the car part, did the car move across the floor? So did it move across the floor? And were you able to describe the motion correctly? So whether or not you were doing part 1 or part 2, did you talk about the car's motion correctly? Okay, and so the video, make sure to show the time and position as accurately as possible. So with accurately as much as possible. Okay, and so this is the video of a moving car.